was formerly a high school science teacher and kind of made a shift in careers. I was really interested in this program at Missouri State. Talked to my wife, Casey. I'm like, hey, I got accepted into the school down at Springfield. We need to start looking for places to live because it's going to be 3 years of being in school down there. Being in close proximity to the things that we need to be close to. Living in town was like kind of made the most sense. Started kind of looking and came down and met with some realtors and things like that, and we're really sort of bummed out to find out that the places that we were interested in kind of landing, we were precluded from being there because we had heard about this ban on pit bulls. And the market in the housing, especially in sort of the periphery around Springfield, was just evaporating. Things would come on the market and then they would just be gone. We were looking at all these different places and nothing was really working out, and we had to sit down to talk about, if we can't find a place and we can't have the dogs, then maybe we'll just keep our place in Cape. Casey could continue to work in the Cape Girardeau area. I'm going to be really busy with this program. These are the things that we were doing to sort of rationalize this. It made it difficult to kind of decide where we're going to end up being, because we want the best for them, because they're our family too. I mean, we know they're dogs, but they're like our kids. Mm-hmm. I love my wife. I love my dogs. I want to be around my wife and my dogs, and to have some sort of outside, piece of legislation or whatever that's not coming from a place of malice, I understand that. But for that to be what precludes me from being able to have my family with me during a stressful time. I'm in this program. If you can be around your family, then you should be around your family. I can understand if somebody's never been around pit bull type dogs. They, from a distance, they're athletic, they're muscular, they look like this powerful dog. My personal experience is that these are the most loyal and loving animals that I've ever had. I've had dogs my entire life. I've never had any sort of inclination that there's ever been a person or a child in danger with either of these dogs. We've tried to get out and educate people. I tried to take the dogs with me and show them that they're not these just uncontrollable beasts. We think it's important to have them as sort of breed ambassadors. They're great around kids. They want to play with other dogs. They can be kind of vocal and they're big and they can be intimidating, but they're 80-pound lap dogs. For the last several animals that we've had rescue pit bull type of breeds, and they're phenomenal dogs. And to have the type of people that are gonna want to expend the resources to rescue an animal and then say that, oh, we don't want that type of person to come live in town. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Any dog can be provoked. Any dog can be vicious. It's not just one type of dog. It's my understanding that Springfield already has an ordinance in place for those sort of scenarios, for vicious dogs. So it seems like a redundancy, an unneeded redundancy, to sort of marginalize one specific breed of dogs because they have the potential to be vicious, when there's already something on the books to address vicious dogs in general. Whenever it bears out that breed-specific legislation doesn't reduce the amount of attacks on dogs, what's the next breed of dog? No new German Shepherds in Springfield. If the legislation isn't based on any sort of measurable, objective reality, where does it stop? Whenever we were talking to people about, hey, I got into this program at Missouri State, we're going to be moving to the Springfield area, just across the board, people are like, oh, you're going to love Springfield. It seems like more and more, and as we've talked to locals, it seems like it's getting even better and better, but there's always something sort of to do, something going on. There's access to, all these great places to eat. I like going to microbreweries. There are tons of microbreweries in town, and I can say unequivocally, this is a great town, and it would be a shame for other people not be able to experience what Springfield has to offer because they can't have their entire pack, their whole family together.